One of the quotes that I really like when it comes to project management and specifically planning is by Brian Tracy. And the quote reads: "A minute spent in planning is going to save you 10 minutes in execution." A minute spent in planning saves 10 minutes in execution. And the beauty of this quote is that planning isn't something which is sexy. Execution definitely is. Execution is where roll up your sleeves, you get down to work, you get your hands dirty, get things done. Yeah, that's execution, and execution is exciting. Planning involves a lot of brainstorming, a lot of sitting down, thinking through, designing. Planning is preparation. Yeah. Execution is getting things done, and that is why execution gets people, it drives people. Planning is something which since it is not execution, since it is not as exciting, it doesn't drive people that much, right? But then the quote stands true, right? That's the beauty of it. The quote stands true. A minute that you spend in planning is going to save you 10 minutes down the line in execution, right? And another thing that I find really beautiful about this quote is that it stands true not just from project management perspective. Of course, it does in project management perspective, yeah, right? Everybody tells you as a project manager, your job is to plan, 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 and plan, right? Of course, you have other things to do as well, not just plan. You need to get execution done, but then planning is extremely important when it comes to project management. But this quote, the beauty of this is that it holds true even in your real life, right? Let's say you're on a diet, right? What is diet? Diet is basically a plan. You want to lose weight, you need to have a plan. You need to prepare a plan. You need to have a list of what all you can intake, right? You need to have that design in place. And that's planning. Your dieting means you're planning the food that you're going to intake. You are not going to eat junk. You're not going to eat unhealthy food. You're not going to snack at late nights. You're not going to do any of it. You have a plan in place. You know what you're going to eat and when you're going to eat. When you're hungry, right, you just want to get down into execution. You just want to dig in, find something to eat from your refrigerator, pull it out and eat it, right? That's what you want to do. You don't want to, when you're very hungry, you don't want to sit down and you don't want to have do some sort of plan and, calculate the calories you have had today so that, you find something healthy to eat. You're not going to do that when you're hungry, right? Because you're already hungry. You want to just, open the refrigerator gate and eat whatever that there is. If you don't follow this example, let's take another real life example, right? Let's talk about shopping, and I'm pretty sure my female audience is going to agree to this. When you don't have a plan of what you want to shop, right? You just want to go out to the mall, go to the store and shop whatever you feel like. When you don't have a plan, so what I'm trying to say here is, when you don't have a list of what you want to shop, you tend to splurge. You tend to overspend, basically, right? So if you have a plan, if you have a list of what you want to shop, obviously you're not going to overspend because you already know what you want, right? And that's where if you want a specific brand, you'll go to that specific brand, you'll buy that specific stuff article, and you will walk out. If you don't have a plan, you'll walk into every store possible, you'll check 10 things, you'll end up buying 4 things, right? So that's how it is. Another example that I like to take and think through when it comes to the importance of planning is construction, right? Think about constructing your own house. The amount of planning that goes in before before you even start digging it up, your plot of land, the amount of planning that goes into it, you actually have a blueprint of your house ready, printed out in your hand. You already know how your house is going to look before you have even started the process of construction, right? The architects, the civil engineers, they're basically done with your house. They've created and they've constructed your house on paper to you. You've said yes to it before the actual construction has even began. And this quote, right? How an extra minute in planning is going to save you 10 minutes in execution. This quote stands true the most when it comes to construction. Imagine starting the construction of a house when you don't even have a blueprint, when you don't even have a plan, the elevation of how your house is going to look. Imagine the amount of resources that will be wasted if you want to change something during the execution phase, right? When the house is actually getting constructed, it sometimes it's also impossible, right, to reverse it, based on the changes that you need, right? Sometimes it's just not possible. So that is why planning is so important, even from real life perspective. And like I said, the example of construction is one of my favorite examples, because this is one thing, this is one activity where people plan and plan and plan, and that is when they start with execution, right? Before taking the first step, they are done with thorough planning, as thorough as possible. And so planning is important. I like to plan everything. I like to plan a lot of things. I feel uneasy if I am getting into a situation where I've not planned anything. That's the impact project management has had on me individually, personally. Let me know, what do you like to plan? Do you like to plan from your real life perspective? Do you plan everything? Has your PMP certification helped you in planning? Has this the entire process of planning, has that become your second nature yet? Do you like to plan stuff before getting down into execution? So that's pretty much it that I had in this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Check out the playlists of several topics that we have covered. Check out the videos that we have covered. If you want to read the topics that we have covered, go over to pmplounge.com and you'll be able to read some of the articles as well. So that's all. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye-bye.